Amatore manda rosa e tu tornero stai copas de flor de rosa. O sole poca poca questo ciantino sconta e il vento passa e basta sturicciolire l'impronta e te vogliamo passare e te vogliamo passare ma un po' di nuovi e ti scelta Sento sul cuore tuo che sfata con la donna porque un angelo mio chissà per chi ti suona a gelosia tormenta sto cuore mio malata che suoni a me di meno oppure suonate e te vogliamo passare e te vogliamo passare ma non è noi e ti scelta
Benvenuti a tutti, and welcome to another edition of Italian America Long Island. My name is Dave Anthony Setta Ducati. What you just heard was the great Neapolitan song, E te vogliamo sa. That Neapolitan song is one of hundreds of famous Neapolitan songs that are famous throughout the world. My Italian heritage band, Quartetto Ducati, performed that last June for the Birchwood at Spring Lake Condominium Italian Club. But today we want to talk about Canzone Napoletana. Did you know that not too long ago the mayor of Venice wanted to ban the singing of O Sole Mio on gondolas? We are like stunned when we hear that as Americans because we think O Sole Mio is an Italian song. Well, it's not. It's a Neapolitan song, and there's a difference. It would be like someone playing the song Dixie on a New York City tour bus. Today we're going to explore those differences. Let's take a look at some history. It wasn't until the middle of the 1800s that Italy became one nation. Up until that point, it was many separate city-states. Each had their own dialect and their own way of speaking. In fact, a person from the north could hardly understand a person from the south. Neapolitan was one of those dialects, and it was one of the most widespread dialects in the south. How did Neapolitan music become so famous? Well, in Naples, they had a festival called the Festa di Piedigrotta, which they had every year since Roman times. And in the year 1835, the organizers of the festival decided to add a music contest. That's right, they had their own version of American Idol all the way back in 1835. The first song to win that contest was Te voglio bene assai. That contest grew in fame, and by the middle of the 1800s, thousands of people would flock to these songwriting competitions. As a result of the competition, songwriting became really, really good in that area. Let's hear a song from the middle of the 1800s right now.
Sul mare luccica l'astro d'argento, placida l'onda, prospero il vento. Venite l'agile barchetta mia, Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia. Con questo zeffiro così soave, oh come bello star sulla nave. Su passeggeri venite via, Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia. O dolce Napoli, o sol beato, ove sorridere sciogli il beato. Tu sei libero dell'armonia, Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia.
Most people of Italian heritage know that wonderful song, Santa Lucia. When I was a kid, I thought that that was a religious song about St. Lucy. But as I got to learn Italian and the Neapolitan dialect, I realized what it's really about. It's a Neapolitan boatman saying to people on the shore, "Come on my boat and I will take you to visit the Santa Lucia district of Naples." So it was one of the world's first singing commercials. That song is from about 1850. Well, as I said, Neapolitan songs became so good and so popular that by the 1880s they became legitimate art songs. This was due to the great Francesco Paolo Tosti, an Italian music master and singing teacher who eventually immigrated to London. He was given a job there as the music tutor to Queen Victoria's family. He also had as one of his vocal students the great Enrico Caruso, which we'll discuss a little bit later. Anyway, Tosti took a lot of his Neapolitan background and he wrote some great Neapolitan songs that are currently performed in opera houses all over the world. Let's hear one right now.
Quando spunta la luna nel canale con le pisce cercano l'amore. Se ritorna la luna del mare per aprire senza nero colore. Quando spunta la luna nel canale. Al mare chiare, Francesco Napoletana, la passione di tutto lei. And just sign up this. Can you check out a spell so you check and stop a look at what we can ignore? See the still of the surface and when they need to point it down the home. Can you check out a spell so you can? Shut down the county, girl, I don't you want right now to get my spot. Oh, the storm, oh, just the hell that you provide. Shut down the county, girl, I know. Shut up the county, there I adore.
By Francesco Paolo Tosti. In case you don't know Neapolitan, I'll tell you what the song means. It's a young man who is serenading his girlfriend who's up on a balcony, and he's asking her to come out and be with him for the evening. He's brought his guitar and he's singing to her. I had mentioned Enrico Caruso before. Caruso is credited with popularizing Neapolitan song in the United States, because Caruso was a wonderful, wonderful singer, one of the greatest Italian tenors, and when he came to the United States to perform at the Metropolitan Opera House, he brought with him his love of his Neapolitan songs. And he would perform these Neapolitan songs at the Metropolitan Opera House. As a result of that, since that time, anyone who studies opera will study Neapolitan songs. Here's a little story about Caruso. You know, he came at the turn of the century, and at that same time, the recording industry was just beginning. They offered Caruso, who was one of the most popular singers, they offered Caruso $1 per recording if he would record for this company. That was a fantastic sum of money. The recording company figured they'd sell between 2,000 and 5,000 copies of Caruso's recordings. Well, by the time he died in 1921, Caruso had sold over 21 million records. He was fabulously wealthy, and he was probably one of the great singers of all time. So here's another great Neapolitan song, one that all students of Neapolitan music will sing, and it's probably the most famous Neapolitan song ever written. It comes from the same time that Caruso was singing around the turn of the century. So let's hear O Sole Mio.
suena como una tempesta, quell'aria fresca, mareggiana questa, che bella cosa la realtà è sola. E vieni quasi a malinconia sotto la finestra coi resalia quando fanno che il sole si scena. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.
As you can see, I really love singing Neapolitan songs. There's something special in them for singers. They are so dramatic. Just about any singer I've known who sings Neapolitan songs, they love to sing them. You've probably also figured out that most Neapolitan songs are love songs. They're serenades mostly sung by a male voice. But sometimes love doesn't always work out, as in this next song, which was specifically written for Enrico Caruso. So let's sit back and enjoy Ungrateful Heart.
Thank you. And if you go to Italy, you're bound to hear this song. It was written in the year 1911, the year that I graduated high school. And some days it feels like that, to tell you the truth. And it's a great song, done by all the great Italian singers, and I have the privilege of singing it for you. Perché mi dici sti parola male, perché mi parli come me, niente cadari, non ti scordare, che faccio dato fuori cadari, non ti scordare. Cadari che benedicere, sto parlare, camera sposa me, tu non ci pensi tu, amor mio, tu non ci pensi tu, non te ne curi. quello ci piange tu, dove passate e oggi
Most Neapolitan songs are love songs, as we pointed out previously. This next song is called The Sea Boy. It's about a fisherman and his love. She helps him pull in his nets, and as the song says, Vicino mare facciamo amore, which means in English, by the sea we make love. It was turned into the American song, I Have But One Heart. So I hope you enjoy O Marinariello.
Poi ne fa presta viene, non mi fa spontecar, Capore arezza bene, camari sto menà. Ne stiene sti bracciere, aiutami a tirare. Castumare nariello, devo sempre abbracciare, vicino mare, facciamo amore, ancora cuore, vence passare, so marinare, e tiro resa, ne parla resa, stonga morì. Che spantalon, come stu cuore ca, de lacrime tanfona, a fai innamorare. E vede pure stelle, tu fai innamorare, castumare nell'ielo, tu fai a sospirare, vicino mare, facciamo amore, ancora cuore, vence passare, son marinare, e tiro resa, me parla resa, stonga morì.
I've sung so many songs that are so very old, but Neapolitan songs are still being written in the modern era. This next song was written by the great Italian comic actor Totò, whose real name was Antonio de Curtis. He wrote this song after he discovered his wife had been unfaithful to him. The song is known by many people of Italian heritage here in the United States, but very few of them know the words to the song and how biting and critical they really are. So let's hear Ma la femmina Evil Woman. Si avesse fatto nata quello che fa da me, stiamo avesse accisa, tu vuoi sapere perché con pasta terra, femmina come te, non c'è una basta nonna, onesto come me. Femmina, tu sei una mala femmina, chi struocchi ha fatto chiagnare la crema infamità. Femmina, se tu pesci una vipera, nel tuo secate l'anima, non posso più campare. Oh, oh, femmina, sei dolce come zucchero, però sta faccia d'angelo, che serve per ingannare. Femmina, tu sei più bella femmina, ti voglio bene t'odio, non ne posso scordare, non ne posso scordare, non ne posso scordare. I hope you've enjoyed this little program about Neapolitan music. Neapolitan music is known the world over and loved the world over. Remember also, Neapolitan music is Italian music, but it's specifically from the south. It's a regional form of music. Every region in Italy has its own music, but none has been as popular as Neapolitan music. So next time someone says to you, I love that Italian song, O Sole Mio, you'll know, just like a true Italiano, that it's a Neapolitan song. Thanks for watching. Buonasera.